Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Brain Muffin at the Movies. And here we have more fun and games from Marvel. I couldn't believe this when this popped up on my recommended feed, and this is actually I found this at several websites. I'm just going to go here with comicbook.com. This is very interesting. I don't know why it changed, and in some ways, I want to find out with this article. But Marvel Infinity Saga box set reveals Captain Marvel's Avengers: Age of Ultron deleted scene. Apparently, they had a stand-in and they reused it. I've kind of read this a little bit because I was like, is this interesting or not? And I decided it was. And sorry for the blocked ads. I have to put this with my ad blocker off so I can get some of the images that I actually need. Marvel Studios introduced Brie Larson as Captain Marvel to the MCU in 2019, but there were plans to bring Carol Danvers to the big screen back in 2015, Avengers Age of Ultron. So if I remember correctly, 2016 is when they said they hired her, they had her on stage, and of course the Captain Marvel movie didn't come out till this year. Fans who followed reports may remember rumors of Captain Marvel appearing in Joss Whedon's Avengers sequel. The rumors were true, but the plans changed before the film was released. Thanks to special features included with the release of Marvel's Infinity Saga box set, we now know that the scene of the new Avengers assembling at the end of the film was shot with a stand-in for the then uncast Captain Marvel. So we're going to take a look at this, and the idea was to digitally remove the person, the stand-in, and but the studio created animations for Carol's flight into the Avengers compound. The studio repurposed those animations for Scarlet Witch's big entrance. Which I think was better. I can't imagine if they would have done this. Now, obviously, they didn't have anybody until 2016, at least announced, right? So, and that may be part of it. It just they couldn't make casting choices. Who knows exactly why. And I've read part of this now. The language here gets really, it's like, oh my god, it does kind of get kind of rough for an old man like me to read this. The way we reveal Scarlet Witch in costume at the end of the movie, those were Captain Marvel's plate shots. Feige explained in an interview in 2015. Joss said, we'll cast her later. And I said, yeah, Josh, we'll cast her later. Whispers to an invisible associate who isn't Josh, we're not putting her in there. Finally, Joss was like, let's use those. Was like, this is like, I guess this is, I probably talk this way too. Let's use those plates to let Scarlet Witch fly into the frame, give her a big entrance. That makes sense. She's come to their side and she deserves the cool intro, which I agree. So I can't imagine, and here they show the still. I don't think this is, oh crap, where did it go? I hit the pause button and it, so I guess, okay. So, well, who's standing here? I thought this was Scarlet Witch. But anyway, so what you can't see, it looks like Captain America, Falcon, War Machine, and I'm guessing that's Scarlett Johansson there. I mean, because, who knows? I mean, this is a very empty room, but I can't imagine if they would have done that with all the rumors that would go along that were flying around back in March. I can't imagine if they would have done this, how Elizabeth Olsen would have taken it. Because a lot of those MCU cast rumors were revolving around her, and in my view, okay, she got a big entrance here, but in my view, she and Vision are getting the short end of the stick with the Disney Plus stuff. But who knows? If it's good and it's really popular, then it'll be awesome for them, even career wise. Say we'll cast later. So finally, Joss was okay. I just read that and that makes sense. She's coming. Okay, that's being big film Captain America: Civil War. Which will feed into another movie we start shooting in a few. Okay, so that was the next one, which was boring as crap to me. Feige also explained why they didn't want to introduce Captain Marvel at the conclusion of Avengers Ultron. There were drafts that made people somehow got their hands on and read early on what included some characters, maybe others, but certainly one, which is why it's dangerous to read scripts early on and talk about them early on. Yeah, because things change, right? Captain Marvel was in a draft, but to me, it would have done that character a disservice to meet her fully formed in a costume and part of the Avengers already when 99% of the audience would go, who's that? It's just not, yeah. Well, I think in particular, if she just showed up and was part of the Avengers. Now, she kind of shows up, and not kind of, she does show up in Infinity War. or Endgame rather, but probably some kind of end credits like they did with Infinity War. They could have done something, but I like the way they introduce her in, now obviously in an end of Infinity War, you're like, what's that symbol? And then we get the Captain Marvel stuff, her movie separately. But, in a way though, I disagree, because Black Widow was introduced fully formed, right? We didn't see her origin story. She just shows up testing Tony Stark, and we're not sure. Hey, there's this redhead. Who is she? And he does some searching on her and the like. And then, so we have some characters that do show up this way, or their origins are part of a storyline in other movies, such as Scarlet Witch. So, Thanos is the good. Who's that? Because he's clearly the bad guy. For comic book fans, represent a specific storyline. You can get the buzz started with fans to non-fans with that cameo. Yeah, that's true. Although CinemaSins, in credit scene is a homework assignment or something like that. As opposed to a title character who deserves her own story. Even Black Widow, who you didn't meet in the last 2 seconds of Iron Man wearing her costume. You evolve that going forward. Which is true. We did not see her in her costume. But she just shows up. And we're like, who is this person? And, she beats the crap out of what's his name. And while Tony takes a break, do you think, stop ogling her or whatever it is that Gwyneth Paltrow's character, Pepper Potts, accuses him of it. Do you think Captain Marvel should be debuted in Avengers Ultron? Let us know in the comments. As for the Infinity Saga box set, it was only briefly available at Best Buy and it appears to have sold out completely. Whoa! Keep tabs on this post to see if there's a restock. There you go. It's also available. Of course, it's available on eBay. Of course. Upcoming Marvel movie projects include Captain Widow, Black Widow, May 1st, 2002, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier in fall of 2002. That's interesting. The Eternals on November 6th. Shang-Li and the Legend of the Ten Rings. WandaVision and in spring 2020. Oh, so is WandaVision, is that going to be a movie or is that the name of the TV show? I think that's the name of the TV show, if I remember. Yeah, okay, so it's just projects, not necessarily Loki, which I think is also Disney Plus. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now that sounds pretty interesting. Spider-Man 3, don't give a crap. What If, which I think is another. Isn't that where they kind of do all kinds of games with the timeline? I believe that's a TV series. Hawkeye in fall of 2011. Okay, here we go. Love and Thunder. It still sounds like a porn title. So. And Black Panther 2. You know what's missing out there? Again? So we have Miss Marvel, which I guess is going to be Kamala Khan or something like that. So her big hands. Moon Knight. I forget who Moon Knight is. And She-Hulk are also in the works on Disney Plus. Oh, okay. So nowhere. Let me get my radio voice. For those who keep saying I'm a Brie Larson and Captain Marvel hater, in that list of projects, there is one glaring omission, and it is still being omitted. Oh my. Captain Marvel 2. So where is it, guys? I know you rip me a new one every time you get a chance in the comments, which is only fair, but I've got to ask, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And if I missed it, please highlight it for me because, I am old and I do miss stuff. I'm not quite a boomer, but I'm getting closer. So that's it. I don't think there's all the deleted. Okay, so that's just an article on the bonus stuff. And there we go. Oh, I'm scrolling inside of a scroll and there's no conversation. So, but anyway, there's the stand-in. Don't know who it is. I wish they would say who it is. An actress, blonde hair. It looks that way, or very light brown, probably blonde. But that's okay. I think the pivotal role that the character ended up playing, it would have been kind of odd, but you could have her just suddenly appear, and but she would have to have a big role in the next movie. You wouldn't have to explain who she is, and you could still, because her origin story was still a flashback, and even though it became in between, it was bookended between, well, it was shoehorned in between two booked-in movies. And that's probably, I think, part of it. They had too big a gap, and so they decided, nope, let's just wait. And here's only my guess. I'm guessing they had someone in mind, and that person turned it down and said, I'm turning it down, and you can't tell and say, and so that's what they thought they would do. But personally, I'm glad they didn't put her in there, and I'm glad that they reused those plates for Wanda's introduction, or not her introduction, but her entrance. At least they gave Wanda a little bit of her time in the sun there, and we'll see how the TV show goes. The Disney Plus show WandaVision. Excuse me. The interaction between her and Vision is awesome. I think it's rivaled only by Tony and Pepper in many ways, and the Black Widow Captain America stuff was okay to me. Although the Black Widow and Hawkeye stuff was probably a little bit better, but because there needs to be some that a man and woman in the MCU that aren't a couple or don't want to be a couple, where they're just like friends that just get on each other's nerves, but keep each other honest as well. So back and forth, that would be nice. So what do you think? Do you think they should have put Captain Marvel in here? Are you glad they did not? Or are you upset that they did not? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time. Goodbye. Why am I getting so much feedback in my ears? I mean, I get a lot of, well, that is bizarre. It's exactly, I'm getting a lot of machine noise in my ears, but when I stop talking, it doesn't pick it up. That's why. Okay. Computer volume was too high. Duh. Yeah, that's much better. That is bizarre. So when I boost it on my mic, I don't get that, but on the computer I do. That's awesome. All right, let's get this done before the dogs decide they need to start barking again. Whatever. The time change. They still know when it's time to whatever. All right, 3, 2, 1.